Super Diesel, Jess.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 13 of the Maritime Hockey Podcast, sponsored by Now We're Convenient and Dial Attire.
Let's go!
Yeah, that's right, boys. We got sponsors now.
We got
You can find Now We're Convenient at 179 Aberdeen Drive, Heron Cove.
You can find Dial Tire at 308 Heron Cove for all your mechanical needs and cheap tires, baby.
You can find me at 21. No, I'm joking. I don't know, but boys, we got sponsors, dude.
We got sponsors.
Real sponsors. It's fucking sick.
Huge.
And
we with that we also have something to announce. Jesse, we'll let you take away what we're going to reveal.
Oh, we got some merch in progress being made. At first, we're starting with hats. We placed an order for 12 hats. We got black ones and white ones.
Yup.
And we got a picture of what they'll look like.
Yup.
Billy, you want to do that for us?
Share my screen real quick.
Sweet.
Let me just go. Bop. Hopefully this works. I hope you guys can see that. Can you guys see it?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Look at that. Billy, that's actually me and your hat right there.
Yeah, we each got our own hats and custom with like the fucking our nicknames on them.
Yeah, I got a black one.
Jesse got a black one. Me and Chris got white ones. Obviously, this is the white one with black lettering. The black hats have white lettering, so
yeah,
pretty, whatever. So we only got black and white.
Little switcheroo.
These are going to be available. We're starting off at 12. 5 of them are for each of the boys in the podcast. 7 of them will be able to sell.
Yeah.
And ranging, there'll be a couple black, couple white, whatever. We still haven't figured out a price, but that is in the works. We're figuring that out all together. Side note, also, if anyone is interested in buying a hat, all the, I don't want to say proceeds, but everything that's all the profit, I guess, we're not making any money off of this. Anything that's left over, we're giving to the Jordan Boyd Foundation. We're donating to the Jordan Boyd Foundation. So with every hat bought, I believe it's like maybe $3 or $4 per hat is going to the Jordan Boyd Foundation. So if you guys are interested in buying a hat, which they're solid hats, it's just like my Summit one that I wear. It's fucking dope.
Something like that.
If you guys are, just like that, like nice dad hat, right? So you're rocking it for the summer and you're like barbecues and stuff like that, you're looking fine. If you guys want to buy a hat, send either of us a DM, like message on whatever it is, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever it is. Just let us know, be like, hey, listen, whatever. We'll be announcing the price as soon as we can.
Yep.
I would assume it's around 50 something bucks. I'd say probably around $50 for the hat. That's still kind of in the works. Now I know a lot of you guys are probably just gonna be like, whoa, $50. What do you think? I'm made of money there, Billy?
They cost a lot to make, trust me.
They cost a decent amount to make. I mean, when you think about it, you're having pretty good quality hat and you're doing a custom logo on it.
Yeah,
whatever.
And that's the thing too. We're getting it made from Lids, and I mean, if you were to buy a normal hat at Lids, it's usually around that price. So
yeah, exactly. So don't, we're not trying to fucking be rich off of this because we're not making any money off this. It's about $4 to $5 per hat bought is going towards the Jordan Boyd Foundation. Like we said, for those of you who watched episode 9, I do believe with Greg McDonald, Jordan Boyd's brother, who had Jordan passed away some years ago due to cardiac arrest on the ice. So, may he rest in peace. He's with us all. So it's a fantastic foundation that the money will be going to them. We're hoping to raise, give them as much money as we can. And even if you guys don't want to buy a hat, but you still want to donate, anything helps, $1, 50 cents, whatever it is. There's no amount too little. So, just,
May I add, if we do pretty good on these hats, we're thinking about maybe putting a sweatshirt, maybe a couple muscle shirts, or even a basic tee.
That's right.
Just something.
Yeah.
We'll think of some summer,
right?
Something for the summer.
That's right. Yeah. So we'll, we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves. We have the hats. We have 7 of them that we'll be able to sell. Like I said, 5 of them are obviously like, me and the boys. We're all getting our own hats, and then the 7 left we'll be able to sell.
And once we all get them too, we'll wear them on the episode for sure.
We'll each wear them. It'll be nice. Show off those beauty hats. But anyway, so those are the hats. They look absolutely fantastic. Shout out. I got to give a huge shout out to Lids, especially Martin Cormier.
Martin.
For everyone who's English, I just said Martin Cormier. That boy. Definitely.
I'm a manager at 19.
Oh yeah, manager at 19. Not a big deal. But shout out to him. He crushed this order. And literally this picture he sent me. I was like, okay, first couple hats are done. This was within 3 hours after I placed the order of 12. It's not easy to do. So shout out to him. And so that was our big couple announcements. We got sponsors and we actually have merchandise. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's amazing.
Sweet.
So
now, Billy, too, with our fans, say if some fans are outside of Canada, will we be mailing them to them if they want one?
That is totally something I have not thought about, but I'm sure that we could figure it out.
Absolutely.
I'm yet to talk to someone who is a fan of us from outside of Canada. But like I said, Ben and Nick, and by the way, Ben and Nick aren't on the podcast today. They're not on this episode. They got work. They got, busy stuff going on. They're adults.
Yeah.
They got bills. They got taxes. Let's let them take a break. We'll, the OG3 will.
Original 3, baby.
Right on. 3 Musketeers. No, but they're taking a break for this episode. So, that's something.
And nice to have Mackie back on here too.
Mackie,
yes,
been a couple episodes. He's back. Big Mac. His hair looking greasy as shit right now. Bad greasy. You can land a plane on that forehead.
Honestly, embrace that dome, bitch.
No, I feel you, bro. Every time I do this, I just lose mad confidence in myself. My hairline is going back. Oh, look at Jesse just looking perfect right now.
It's all about what comes out of the helmet. That's all that matters.
That's a good point. Yeah. Too bad nothing comes out of my helmet.
You gotta have that flow,
Gotta have that flow.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Anyway, all that being said, guys, in all seriousness, if you guys want to buy a hat, if you're interested in getting a hat,
DM me, DM Billy, or Chris.
If those of you who know Ben and Nick, if you guys want to send them a message, they have just the same amount of information as us, so they'll be able to help you out, hook you up with the hat. Guys. This is fucking exciting, and we have to thank, like we said, like Jesse announced before, at the start, our 2 sponsors, real ass sponsors that are actually sponsoring our videos now. Now we're cooking. George Saoud, huge. I don't even know if he's gonna watch this. If he does, George, I fucking love you. You're the man. Known him a long time. He was absolutely very enthusiastic in helping us out and being a sponsor. And so anyone who lives in anywhere, they're family-owned business. They're great, especially in the Herring Cove area. If you want to drive on down to Now We're Cooking, Now We're Convenient, those family-owned businesses together.
They're connected right on to each other too.
They serve, go in, have a slice of pizza, at Mishu's. It's unreal. And then come in, have some ice cream and a Kit Kat bar from the convenience store and say hi to George, say hi to me, be like, hey, what's up, Billy?
By the way, I've had the ice cream down there. Delicious ice cream.
It's mint. Scoop that shit, mad good. And just be like, put that in a cone.
That's an arm workout right there, man.
Dude, literally, my arms are gonna be massive. Anyway, that's my thank you, Chris. I'll hand it over to you.
I got we talked to Bigger Daddy Mac, actually. Some people. Dave McDonald, he kindly offered where I work. Dialatar is going to sponsor us for the time being. We'll give him a little sample here, see what he thinks. Yep. I know he was enthusiastic about it, and he's excited. He's really excited, actually.
Very firm handshaker. I went and shook his hand, and I was like, "Thank you, Dave," and he was like, "You're welcome, Billy," and I was like, "Whoa." Those are some calloused hands. He does work.
Oh man, they're brutal.
He does work. Yo, dads, by the way, the most calloused hands.
Absolutely.
They could start they're so calloused. They could start a fire just by rubbing the side of your face. Or just shake it on something. It's sparks are going fucking everywhere.
They do this against concrete and they'll smooth the concrete out.
Oh, exactly. They don't need to buy sandpaper. They just use their hands I'll just all right, we're good. Like you build something out of wood, and just like no,
wood doesn't splinter them; they splinter wood.
Well, that's exactly wood is scared of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wood has to protect itself. I don't know. I'm getting so far off track, but anyway, very very big thank you to our 2 new sponsors. Absolutely. And Lids as well. For helping us get this rolling. It's going to be sick. And again, for those of you who want to donate to the Jordan Boyd Foundation, whether you buy a hat or whether you just want to donate a little bit of money to them, that is unbelievably appreciated. Thank you all so much. Anyone who donates, anyone who buys a hat, anyone who fucking listens to our podcast, thanks a million. We all love you. And that's all I got to say. All right. Well, after that emotional beginning, Jesse, what are we getting into today?
We got a lot of hot topics here. We got, I guess we'll start it right off with the banger, Gerard Gallant being hired by the New York Rangers as their head coach.
Gerard Gallant. Solid guy.
Solid coach. Yep.
Fucking love him. The fact that Jess, you brought this up to me, and I know a lot of hockey fans think about this too. Vegas firing Gerard Gallant
after their first year and making it to the finals.
What?
Yeah,
I remember when he got fired. I was like, the way that you said that. No, but I remember when he got fired, and I was like, it makes no sense. I was literally like, okay, like I don't know if there's no way that something personal had to have happened in the room. It was just like, man, Vegas was like on a skid or something, and then they fired him.
And it's just like, okay, we made the finals, we lost, let's fire him.
Yeah. I was like I don't even, and I mean, look, like, is Pete DeBoer a bad coach now? Like the current coach of Vegas? No, fucking dope. But it's like, how do you fire Gerard Gallant? You look at his resume with like he started off in the MHL boys. Started off the Maritime Junior Hockey League.
Yes,
the Junior League in the Maritimes for the Summerside Capitals. Also, shout out to Ainsley Chasson's dad, who was coached by Gerard Gallant when he played for Summerside. So a little bit of connection there. She told me that, and I was like, what? That's fucking sick.
Now Gerard it's coached by Billy. I don't know how to say his last name. Magugian? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
What did you just say? You just
I have no. I don't even know what I just said.
Who are you talking about?
The Summerside's head coach now.
I don't know who Summerside's head coach is.
That's why I just said it. That's his name.
What is it?
Billy.
I don't know who you're talking. I can't even tell you if it's right or wrong. I don't know who it is.
That's what I just said. Now the head coach of Summerside is Billy.
Oh, I didn't even know what you said. All I heard was Mamunia. I'm just like, what's a Mamunia? I thought you were like passing out. I'm just like, man, is he getting heat stroke right now? Anyway, wild start to the episode. Man. Not gonna lie, pretty wild start to the episode. But hey, Jess, what do you think? You read that article, Gerard Gallant officially hired by the New York Rangers. What do you think that means for the Rangers as an organization? Are you a pump for them? Are you like, like they still got some room? Like, what does that mean next season? How are they going to do, you think?
Oh, I think it's absolutely great acquisition for them. I think Gerard Gallant should have been hired way before after he got fired. You look at the stuff he's done in his coaching career with Team Canada and, Vegas in their first year made it all the way to the Cup Finals. Mm. They almost won it.
That's right. 3 games away.
Yeah. And I think he's a great coach. When he was with Vegas, I liked him a lot. Yeah. I thought he was a solid coach, and I think it's a great opportunity for him for the Rangers, and especially with all the talent the Rangers have. They've been kind of struggling lately, and I think now you bring in a new coach with Gallant, and I think he's just had a lot of success in his past, and I think he'll lead the Rangers into a good way.
Okay. I haven't, I just seen on the NHL app like when it popped up, but I haven't I don't really pay attention to coaching staff. The Penguins I do, right? My the teams that I pay attention to, but I don't know a lot about Gallant. I mean, I know that he coached or was on the assistant coach for the Knights when they went for their first run in the Cup. It went that far, which I kind of wanted them to take it, but
yeah.
But no, I think that's amazing, right? Especially him coming from Nova Scotia. I think that's awesome.
Well, that's it, right?
Not Nova Scotia, sorry, the MHL.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's just so crazy. It's just like, man, he didn't coach there back. Like, I mean, it was 1995 that he coached there. And you just think, like, and I just looked through his resume, which, like, okay, started coaching there, whatever. And then, like, to name off a couple things, he was like, I might get this wrong, I'm sorry, but it was like 2-time QMJHL champion. I think he won like the coach of the year twice. He won coach of the year in the NHL with Vegas. He was runner up for coach of the year in 2016 with the Panthers. Just like, man, like, how is this guy not hired? And then he just won the IIHF World Championship of Canada after going 0-3.
Yeah.
And we just talked about that, like, Cinderella story. Bro, he coached that team. Of course he's going to get hired. So, I really thought that he was going to go to Seattle, though. I really thought that Seattle was
I did too.
Who better? Like, he did it with one expansion team. He did it with another. But if I'm Ranger fans, I'm pumped because the Rangers at the end of this season, they were kind of getting hot. They were like trying to
picked up a little steam a little.
They picked up the steam, big time. And I was like, dude, like, they're like what, the second or third youngest team in the league, like on average, the youngest team. It might even be
no, I'm pretty sure they are the youngest team.
It's either them or the Devils. I think it's the Devils that's the youngest team in the league. Technically.
I have no idea.
I mean, the Rangers are up there for sure.
Yeah.
With all the young guys that they got, and I'm like, dude, like, you bring in Gerard Gallant, he's just gonna like father these young kids. And then they're going to be a fucking amazing team. They might even make the playoffs next year, I would say. I'm going to predict, because it's the regular format now, too. Yeah. It's not the whole weird COVID format. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. I like Rangers, actually.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind them, yeah.
It's just like one of those teams you see win, you're like, good for them.
Well, yeah.
Big fan of Alexis Lafreniere.
Well, yeah. Quebec kid, Rimouski kid. Well, not Rimouski, but he played for Rimouski.
Yeah.
Took him mad long to score his first NHL goal, though.
Holy.
That's another thing that I'm like, I remember when he scored, and even before he scored his first goal, people were like, bust. And I'm just like, bro, if you actually think, if you genuinely
18 years old,
or 19, he was 18 years old.
Yeah,
and
on his first NHL game, he was 18. Yeah,
and then, bro, he's literally 3 days younger than me. That's ridiculous. I look at Alexis Lafreniere, look at what he's doing, and I'm just like, he was born October 11th, 01. I'm born October 8th, 01. And I'm just like, pretty sure he's in a better spot than I am right now. But I love my life. Anyway, he literally, people are calling him a bust, and people have said that about like other players, stuff like that. It's like,
people said that about Jack Hughes, and now look at him.
They said about Heishier. They said that about fucking everyone. If you don't get a hat trick basically in your first like 3 games, you're like, bust. I'm like, bruh,
you're trash.
Like, yeah, literally. Unless you pull an Austin Matthews and score 4 goals in your first game,
that's the same.
You're a bust. It's like, shut up, dude. Like, even next year, if he doesn't even perform well next year, you still can't call him a bust, dude. He's literally going to be 19.
Give them time.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, are you joking me right now? People
and that's the thing.
Until like 24. Like,
we've gotten prospects and kids that went to the show, like, Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, McDavid. We got people like that showing up that are, exceeding expectations, right? And now it's just like a certain level. Now everyone thinks that any prospect that ever come in the NHL needs to be at that or greater.
Yeah.
Tim Stützle, like, I think people would say, oh, well, he didn't do that much. Well, he was pretty good in my opinion. Amazing rookie season.
You think he was just skating around doing jack shit? It's like, okay, sure. He didn't like score until whatever, but it was like, do you think that he was literally pulling like a Valerie Nichushkin and just skating on the ice, not getting a penalty minute, not getting a plus minus, not getting any points, and literally just skating and then going to the bench and like not touching the puck? Like, he wasn't doing that. He was creating chances, and it's like, dude, you give him time. Like, oh my gosh, like, it's not like he's the reason the Rangers weren't doing well. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, moving on from that, I just ran.
I remember though. going to Moosehead's games, and I would always go to watch them play against Rimouski to see Lafreniere, and the kid's just insane. Oh my gosh!
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah.
I would take pictures of him on ice to get some action shots of him shooting and all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah. And I remember his like first year, it was like they had like the top scorers in the queue on the Jumbotron. And it was like for a while it was Max Fortier for the Mooseheads. And then all of a sudden Lafreniere comes out of nowhere. It's like, Jesus, who's this kid?
Good, he's fucked. He was so good.
He's insane. He is.
Yeah.
He's gonna be good. And like it's anyway. I don't think
Rangers
did
awesome
need to
in the World Juniors too.
Yeah. I don't think the Rangers fans need to be like, if I were a Rangers fan, I'd be ecstatic, honestly. I'd be like, bro, look, my team finished the season on a roll. Got all these young players who are going to grow up to be like very good players soon. And then we just got Gerard Gallant, who's arguably one of the best coaches that we've seen in the last little while.
Without a doubt,
I would be pretty hyped if I were a Rangers fan.
Yeah, Rangers fans, if I were you, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, all fucking 2 of them that watch this.
Yeah.
Speaking of the World Juniors there, just something quick. Like this past one that just happened, I was very impressed with was it Nick Cousins, is it? 22?
Yeah, I think so.
Dylan Cousins.
Dylan Cousins, yes.
Yeah.
He was insane. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was just absolutely
Sabres prospect too.
Yeah, he's just insane.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yo, his first goal was a snipe.
Oh, I didn't see his goal. No,
his first NHL goal was against Washington. Was it Vanacek in net? I think it was. Might have been, or it was Samsonov. I don't know who it was. Anyway, it was against Washington in Washington. Bro, he literally sniped it. I was like,
oh, I seen it too. Yeah.
He just went like, he was like coming in. It's like, okay, here's Dylan Cousins, and he just kind of, I don't remember if he toe dragged it. He might have. And just went, foo, and it hit like the most corner of the net, just like poof, and just came right out. I was like, ooh.
That's so beautiful, and I've never done it in my life.
That's beautiful, I know.
Yeah.
You know how good of a feeling that must be if you just snipe one.
Good prospect in the system for the Sabres.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Sabres, Jess.
Yeah.
Jack Eichel. What's going to happen to him?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard lots of talks of potential trades for him. I heard I saw like a thing that the Calgary Flames were making like a joke or something, and they put out on Twitter saying, "Oh, we traded Matt Tkachuk and like our 12th round pick for this year." It's like, dude, that's such a joke.
Imagine, Jesus.
But I heard that a lot of teams are interested in him. I heard the Flyers are interested in him, I think, and some other teams too. I forget who they were, but
I heard the last thing I heard about it. Well, 2 things. One, I heard that it's a matter of I think it was per Elliot Friedman. Could be wrong, but per Elliot Friedman, who, for those of you who don't know, very reliable source in the hockey media community. I think it was him. Might have been someone else. Said that it's a matter of days, not weeks or months, that he's going to get traded. Really? Said it's most likely a matter of days, and it's a matter of of when, not if. Like, he's definitely going to get traded, and I'm like, I mean, of course.
I hope so.
I hope for his sake. And honestly, it's not bad for Buffalo if he gets traded either. Not because he wasn't a good player, but it's like fresh start. Let's, whatever. Obviously, it sucks for Buffalo fans like Jack Eichel, but it's like, dude, you didn't do anything with him.
So
you didn't do anything with him. So what's the harm in losing him?
He's got a career to go be phenomenal.
Well, that's it. Yeah, be happy for him. Yeah. Thank him for his service in your, trash bin of an organization for the last few years, because they have been.
Yep. Good choice words.
I'm sure most Sabres fans can agree with us on that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
I think that because Buffalo has the first overall pick this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard, and Seattle has the second pick. I heard that Buffalo was potentially talking with Seattle, or Seattle was talking to Buffalo, saying, listen, we get Jack Eichel and you get our second overall pick. So they would have.
I heard that too.
The first two, which
that might be worth it.
That might be worth it, but you also got. I don't know. That's a big if.
How old's Jack Eichel?
He's 20. Let's search that up right now. Actually, well, he's 20. He was drafted with McDavid, so he was what?
McDavid's 23, isn't he, or 22?
I think 20
something like that.
Yeah, he was second overall, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
after McDavid. So let me just search up Jack Eichel real quick on the old telly. Jack Eichel, age. Boop. He is 24.
24.
Yeah. He was born in 96.
Okay.
So he'll turn 25 in late October this year, which is like, you think he wants to waste the prime time of his career in Buffalo? No. He's just hitting his prime now.
Yeah.
Give him somewhere else. If I'm him, I'm definitely in Buffalo.
And he said multiple times he's unhappy.
Of course.
Right?
Of course. You know?
Yeah. I heard he might go to Anaheim too.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to see him go to Anaheim, to be honest.
That's random.
I'd rather him stay in Buffalo than go to Anaheim.
I feel like, if Anaheim gets Eichel, whoever gets Eichel is giving up a ton. You got to think about that too.
Yeah.
You're not just getting Eichel for like, oh, here's some draft picks. It's like, no, you're definitely giving up like
for a good player.
For a good player, probably a good prospect. So I'm just like, all right. You think he goes to Anaheim? You think they considered either Zegras or Drysdale? One of them has got to go for sure.
If not one, two.
If not one, both.
Yeah.
For Eichel. Because Jack Eichel's, if Jack Eichel played on any other team than the Buffalo Sabres, he'd literally be like, he's already a superstar in the league, but if he played on any other team than the Sabres, he'd be
top 5. Easy.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
He's top 10 for me.
He's
not top 5. Yeah. Oh no, he's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that size too, right? He can shoot, and he's like 6'3" or something like that. Like
he's huge. He's a big boy, and it's like like very, very. He's basically like an Ovechkin. I've said this about McKinnon too. Him and McKinnon are very similar, but they're like smaller. Well, not smaller. They're younger versions of Ovechkin with better hands.
Yeah.
That's literally what an Ovechkin. I mean, that's saying something because Ovechkin has pretty damn good hands.
Yeah,
but they're like quicker hands than Ovechkin, and they hit a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
That's Nathan McKinnon, Jack Eichel, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I would still take McKinnon over Eichel.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, let's hope he goes somewhere cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going back to what Billy said with Seattle might give up their second pick. I heard that too, but when I saw it, I was like, I don't know if they would do that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they should. I mean, that's
I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if he goes to Seattle because it's like new, fresh team and all that. So it's like, okay.
And he'd be the face of the franchise for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I definitely think he will get out of Buffalo. I can't say what team though. That's hard to predict.
I hope
weird, man.
I hope he could have an amazing. He already has an amazing career.
Oh
yeah.
He would be in the discussion with McDavid, McKinnon, if he was out of Buffalo. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, again, like I don't know if we talked about the 2015 draft class. We might have, but that's a conversation that comes up like fairly often with me and my brother. Is that like that 2015 draft class is one of, if not the best draft class of all time.
Yeah, like Matt Barzell, Sebastian Aho, was it?
Yeah,
he was in there too.
Yeah, and you obviously that's a McDavid draft. It was like McDavid. The top 3 picks were who? It was McDavid, Eichel. Who was third again? I don't remember who was third.
Yeah,
Dylan Strome. Was it Dylan Strome?
Yeah, it was to Arizona. Which, like, not that Dylan Strome is like bad.
Oh yeah, it was too. It was
Strome. Yeah, he's not bad, but he's like he's not as good as he was projected to be.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's still I would still include him as like a good player in that draft. Like, he's still a good player.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like you look at the 2015 draft class, and the funniest thing, and I think I mentioned this before, funniest thing on that draft class, with how deep it was and how amazing the players were. In all the rounds, like you look at like the good players in the NHL who were drafted in like the 4th round of that draft, and they're like one of the best players on their team. Like Braden Point was like 73rd overall. He was like 3rd round, like middle of the pack. I was like, yo, Braden Point is leading. He's currently leading the playoffs in goals. He's the only one that has double digits in goals in the playoffs, and he's arguably, I would say, Tampa Bay's second best player. Yeah, I would say that he's their second best player behind Kucherov.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would put him first, to be honest. I love him. I love him. His speed, I just love him. He's a small little guy, and he's always sniping.
Yeah. He's only like 5'9" or something. He's like 5'9".
He's a Canadian boy too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing about Tampa too. They have
love Barzal. I'm a Barzal enthusiast.
Yeah, Tampa has a lot of Canadian boys on their team too.
The last 4 teams have a lot of Canadians on their team.
Yeah,
there's like
especially St. Louis.
That was so random. Where is St. Louis at?
St. Louis is in the semifinals right now, Jess.
I know.
I was like, yeah, man, the last 4 teams have it, and you're like, yeah, especially St. Louis. Yes, that literally made me laugh internally.
What is this, 2019?
No, I was just saying.
But they got a lot of Canadians. But out of the last 4 teams, I think Montreal and Vegas both have 14, and then Islanders and Tampa. Tampa Bay has a lot. Islanders also have a lot.
Steven Stamkos, he's Canadian, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I feel like he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
But, anyway, so I can't wait to see. What were we talking about? I literally forget. I said I can't wait to see it, and my brain just.
To see Eichel. To see where Eichel goes, yeah.
Dude, yeah, where Eichel goes. Dude, it's hot as fucking shit.
I got a fan right here.
I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I got a fan right here, boys. I hope you guys don't hear this in the camera. I'm just gonna.
He's got the table fan. You know, I'm gonna pop mine on it.
I don't have a table fan. What are you talking about?
I thought you had a table fan. Oh yeah, that's right. You got that.
What are you talking about, bro? That's not a table fan.
You kidding right now?
Oh, dude, yeah, homie. Let me turn this on right here. Hey guys, welcome to the Maritime Hockey Podcast. Okay, it works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, can you guys hear that?
No, can you guys hear mine?
No.
I don't think so.
Love to see it. Anyway, so Billy put something on a story. Justin's done it too. I have yet to do it. Something on his story. Just
I'm gonna see if some people responded to mine.
Yep.
Perfect. Just asking people what they want to do, what they want us to talk about. It could be not hockey related. We love talking about hockey. Not everything needs to be hockey. We like having a little bit of fun here.
Yep.
Like Billy singing and fans. We have fun here. That's all.
I'll do that periodically.
Nothing.
This was the first time. It won't be the last.
Absolutely
that
not.
I sing into that fan on the podcast.
So, Billy, what do you? Who's the first person that contacted you?
So this one, shout out again. I've shouted her out like 4 or 5 times already. Ainsley Chasson, very involved in our podcast. She's great, very very fun girl.
Thank you, Ainsley.
Yeah, no, it just says thank you. Yeah, so she sent in what is each of our favorite playoff moments. So this is hockey related, but our favorite playoff moments. It's hard to pick just one, but like what's some of our favorite what's one of our favorite playoff moments and like why is it special? Why does that stick with our stick in our mind? I think that's very, very good. And also she did mention, she's like, oh, and you could also play the clip to like show everyone what you're talking about. The thing is though, is that we could probably we are not educated enough to know what can be copyrighted and what isn't. So we don't want to pull up a video on our phone and show it, or share my screen and show a video and then do all this and then YouTube go, yeah, that's copyright, fucking take that shit down, especially if there's music and stuff in it. So because of that, and because we're not educated on that yet, we're not going to show the clips. But what we could do is put a link to the clips in our description. If you guys want to take a look at them, we talk about it and then we do that.
Yeah.
That's an idea if you guys really want to see. Here, Jess, you kick us off. What is one of your favorite playoff moments and why?
Well, I'd have to say that 5th overtime between Columbus and Tampa. I just think that was absolutely nuts. Yeah, Braden Point
did score that.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, just seeing that is that was one of the longest playoff overtimes I ever seen, going to 5 overtimes, and I'm like, I was sitting there watching the whole game too. I'm like, wow, this is nuts.
Yeah.
So I think that one's pretty crazy, and that's why it's probably one of my favorites, just because of
Jones playing over an hour in that game.
Yeah,
that's Seth Jones played over an hour.
I'm like, what? And I was watching it too. I'm like, dude, these guys must be gassed.
Yeah, I know. And then it's like, all right, in 2 days you have another game. Like that was game 1 of the series. It was like, what?
Yeah, they were saying like in the locker rooms they had to give the players like protein bars and all that to keep them energized.
Could you imagine? You know how much fun that must be playing in a game like that? Because it's like historic. Like, dude, that doesn't happen that's like the 3rd longest game in the history of the NHL, or like 4th or something.
Yeah, it was 3rd, I think. I think it beat 4th by a couple minutes. Yeah.
And like Korpisalo, the goalie for Columbus, it sucks that he lost, but he set a record for most saves made in a game with 85, I think.
He played phenomenal that series.
And the one that he let in, I hate to do it, but it was foolish. Like that game could have easily kept going on.
Yeah.
It was just a bad bounce. Like he just shot it around him. Yeah. He just plain didn't see it. Like I just feel bad too.
It was like a rolling puck too. Like because when it was like shot, I remember it was like Kucherov shot it twice and it got blocked. And the second time it got blocked, it bounced literally right on point. So he was like right in the slot.
He just like kind of shot and
it like cupped on his stick. Like the flat side of the puck went against his stick and he literally just went whoa, and it just zoomed right top shelf. And like that's
by the way, while we're talking about Columbus here, news from Columbus, former, what was it, captain for them, I think? Yep, former captain Rick Nash has now signed to be their head of player development for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Smart move by Columbus.
Yeah.
Very smart move. Rick Nash was a very underrated player, I think.
Yeah, I think he's an all-time favorite in Columbus, for sure.
I mean, like, I think he leads them in, like, points and games played with Columbus. Like, I mean, they're not that old of a team, but he's a
legend.
Oh, he's very good. He's Canadian too, a good Canadian boy. Like he's
we love our Canadian boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's a very good moment. I thought you were gonna say something about Detroit. That's very, very cool that you said that Braden Point goal. I think that's fucking sick. I agree with you on that. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Billy, what's yours there, big guy?
Dude, I literally have so many. Like she said that, and I was like, dude, this is a whole separate episode of the podcast. I could talk about playoff moments. So I got many, but I'll actually step away from the NHL playoffs and I'll go back to Vancouver 2010 Olympics gold medal game.
Let's go.
Sidney Crosby goes 5-hole on him. Sorry, Ryan, because you're fucking awesome and you're a good goalie. Ryan Miller to win gold in Vancouver. You know, this was like 2010. So this was like, you know, how old was I then? 9? I think it was about 9. Yeah,
I was 8. Young too.
8. I was 8 and I was turning 9 that year. So, and like, we were young, but I remember so vividly because I remember when the U.S. tied it in that game, and I was like tied it with like 24 seconds, like Parisi scored, and I was like, fuck. I didn't say fuck. I didn't know that was a word back then. But I was like, oh, dang, heck, like, cool. They scored, and I was like, oh man. And then people also don't know this, but it's like Crosby did not do much in that tournament. I think he only had like maybe 2 assists or something. Like I think this was probably his first goal of the tournament. I think he scored in a shootout against Switzerland. I remember that. But anyway, I remember so vividly when he scored, like all that went away. No one was like, but he didn't play well. It's like, yeah, but he just fucking won the gold medal for you in front of all of Canada. And that was like the last day of the Olympics. So it was like the last moment basically of the Olympics. It was like, okay, this overtime, Canada, US, in Canada, the whole world is watching who's going to fucking win this game. And Sidney Crosby, local boy, scores probably the biggest, I would say, in his entire hockey career. That's got to be probably. I mean, he has said this is one of the best moments of my life, one of the best moments of my career.
Yeah,
I'd probably say that's the biggest goal he's ever scored.
Yeah,
I'd say he's never won. He only has like one overtime winner in the playoffs. So I would say that that
Valid
Vancouver
statement.
2010 is probably the greatest.
And once he scored that goal, all of Canada was going nuts.
Dude, holy! Like you just think about it. It's like it's not just like, oh, he scored, but it's like, dude, I can guarantee you that there was not a house in Canada that wasn't watching that game.
Oh, I was jumping off my couch yelling.
Dude, like I literally, me and my brother at the time he's 4 years old, so he was around like 12, or maybe 11, turning 12, or whatever. Me and him both jumped at the same time in my dad's arms. He just went, yeah, and then he just like grabbed both of us, and we're like, it was Crosby. Yo, literally, that was so fucking awesome. And I get chills thinking about it. I'll watch it sometimes, and I like a tear will come to my eye. I'm like, that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
I still watch it back to this day.
Oh, it's crazy. It's just like, and all the fan reaction, like across country, it's like people who film themselves like reacting. It's like, it just makes you think like, man, there are a lot of people in the world.
And the guy that assisted it, Jerome McGinley, a beautiful pass.
Iggy.
Yeah.
Iggy, yeah.
Oh man, that's like, and you can hear him say that. Yeah. Like that's how loud it was. Like super loud in the thing, and you just hear him go, Iggy, and then it was like, that was solid. So that's my moment. I really like that moment.
Yeah. Then Crosby scores and shoves the gloves off.
Fuck yeah! Like, oh man, that was awesome.
Everyone comes running in.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. But what would be yours, Chris?
Coming back to the playoffs, I was thinking about it when you guys were talking, and like Billy, I could talk this whole hour about which one's the best.
Oh yeah, same with me.
But I think the one that sticks with me, and when I see now, it's just like, let's go. I threw my fan. I threw so much stuff like in excitement when that happened. And Billy, you're gonna know this one. It's gonna be the Eastern Conference Final in 2017 with Chris Kunitz. That slapper from the top of the circle. In double overtime, was it?
Double overtime against Ottawa.
Against Frederick Anderson. No, sorry, not Frederick Anderson. Sorry. Craig Anderson. That just seeing that place erupt, the PBG Paints Arena, just seeing that blow up was just I don't even have a word to say it because it was just so I seen that and I was like, let's go. And it was just meant so much more than the goal because Chris Kunitz was going into that game with, I think it was like 36 games without a goal. And he scored that game on a 2-on-0. And then that's at the pace someone else scored, and they went back to back a couple times that game, and it was 2-2, and they went to their second overtime. And this was a fluke shot, like Billy, you even seen it. This thing was fluttering for 4 hours before it hit the net.
Yeah.
Crosby curled around the circle, and Kunitz was winding up for this huge one-timer, and I thought this thing was going to break the glass if it missed the net.
Yep.
But he just starts spinning like that. It goes up and then down and drops right over his shoulder. Yep. And I feel bad for Craig Anderson because he was blocked by his own man. He was straight.
Yeah, he couldn't see shit. He went down. He was just kind of like this. Yeah. He was just like, I don't know where it's at. And it just literally went right here.
Like 4 seconds after, like he did that and like noticed it was. And I felt so bad because he played really good that series.
Yeah, he did. And Ottawa had a great run that year too.
That was Carlson's last year, wasn't it?
I think it was his last year with.
He was playing with like a broken foot or something.
Yeah, did he play the next year? Did he play 2018? I don't know.
He might.
It was his last playoff run with them for sure.
Yeah. That's definitely got to be just seeing the fans erupt and all the they were wearing their new sweaters that game. At the time, the new sweaters, and just seeing that was amazing.
Yeah,
dude. There's nothing like playoff overtime, dude.
Nothing
like playoff overtime. Like holy shit. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got from
you guys got any questions?
Friends?
Oh well, I mean, Julia, your girlfriend asked a pretty good question. Julia asked it. Shout out to Julia.
Freya.
Real quick. Okay, yeah. What's her last name again?
Julia Freya. Julia Freya Nobrega Mafra. Dude, or Julia Freya Pigato Nobrega Mafra. Sorry.
Okay,
There's four.
There's four. That's the Portuguese-ness.
Yeah. So the first two, the Fry and Pagato is on her mom's side, and then the Nobrega Mafra is on her father's side.
Okay.
So yeah, they don't do middle names down there. So like
they're just many last names.
Yeah. If my dad was McDonald and my mom was giving a Lillington, I'd be Christopher Lillington McDonald, and that wouldn't be a middle name. That would be my two last names.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. She told me one of her friends has like seven last names or something, or 7 names in total, including her first name. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's what gonna look like.
Well, I mean, I got 2 last names. I just go by my mom's last name.
Yeah, but you got it hyphen, do you not?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How many middle names do you have? Both of you.
Middle name, just 1.
I got 2.
Really? Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, you saw it when I signed.
I forget. I forget one of them. I don't know one of them is.
Chris is not a real friend.
You signed it like 2 days ago over there.
I know, dude. You literally looked at it and you talked to me about it. You're like, bro, that's your middle name. That's fucking fire. I was like, yeah. Comment down below what my middle name is. Everyone kind of guess what it is. That's 2.
Bro, I can't remember.
Anyway, whatever. But what were we talking about?
My Jesus. The attention span of a walnut.
Julia.
Yes.
Julia sent in. This is also hockey related, but a bit less positive in a way. Still a good topic of conversation. She says, "What do you hate most about hockey?" Now, this is also something that we could talk a lot about because as much as we all love hockey, there are some things that different aspects of it that it's like, I wish it wasn't like that, or I wish this didn't happen, stuff like that. But there are good things and bad things about everything in life. So even though there are bad things in hockey, and even though we're going to talk about these things, let it be known that we fucking love hockey. And we will always
absolutely.
Anyway, so whoever wants to go. Give her fucking Diesel.
Jesse, you can take her there, bud.
Yeah. So the thing I would say that I hate about it is, I'd probably. I mean, I know they can't see everything, but I'd probably say the refs because there's some calls where they're literally looking right at you, and then a guy will like trip a player, and it's like, okay, you're looking right there, and you didn't even call it. But yeah, I know they try their best to get everything as perfect as they can. But it's like when you're literally looking straight at it and a guy trips them and you don't call it. And again, I know they, especially in the playoffs, they want to let them play a bit. But it's like when there's a terrible call or something that's absolutely horrible, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Give me a break, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, me and you have the same one. I'll let you go first, though. I think me and you have the same one.
I think we have pretty close to the same one, but like I was thinking of others. Like I was like, I can say this, but I'm like, there's other things. Like there are other things that I also don't like. But yeah, I mean, and this doesn't even just go for hockey. This goes for like if you play a sport at a high level, this comes with the job. And it's just like the psychological and the emotional pressure that is put on athletes and put on hockey players, regardless of age. As soon as you start taking it seriously, there's a certain level of pressure on you, which that's not a surprise. It's how it is. It's just how life goes. Of course, if, you're trying to play at a high level, there's going to be pressure. You got to, whatever. That's fine. What I'm talking about is that there's a level of pressure and there's a level of, pressure that is put on you from others. Could be coaches, could be your parents, could be your friends, could be whoever, could be outside influences. But there's also a level of pressure that if you care enough about it, that you put on yourself and you have to perform for yourself, like knowing you put yourself up at like you how do I say it? You expect a certain level of skill out of yourself and a certain level of like to play at. You know what I'm saying? I kind of worded that shitty, but you guys know what I mean. And I think that is, it's so dangerous. It becomes so dangerous when you expect so much out of yourself and you try to be the best, and then if you don't get the results that you're hoping for, you know, it could be so dangerous. You know, and just like, I know that I've gone through stuff like that. Chris, I know you've gone through stuff like that. I know a lot of friends who have gone through stuff like that in hockey, in school, in whatever, but there's a level of pressure that you put on yourself, and that is also put on you from outside sources, that is hard to live up to sometimes, and it can be extremely dangerous if things start to not go your way. So that is, you know, kind of the gist of what I think is my least favorite thing about hockey. So I digress. Chris, give her the fucking bean.
Yeah, so Billy, me and you have the same thing. It's the psychological battles you have with yourself. It's, you know, something like one year I practiced all off season hoping to, you know, be first line and be that guy that the coaches can rely on, and end up sitting on the third line for the whole season, or for the majority, because I started to pick it up. But, you know, in the crucial moments that I wanted to be the guy, I was not. I was on the bench looking at other people be where I want to be. But I mean, at the same time, that helps you. But you wish you didn't have to go through it.
Yep.
It sucks. No one wants to go through that. And you know, it came out good in the outcome. I'm where I want to be right now. But just when you're at that moment, it's flat out depressing. It is when you're not caught in that moment. Like, everyone go check out Eric's video he has on his channel. It summarizes what we're talking about right there. Right. Just the letdowns of it, the ups, the downs, the all arounds. It's tough. It is tough, especially when you want to take it serious. It is tough.
Yeah.
But
I would agree with you guys too, though. It's like at times too you get frustrated at yourself too while you're playing. Like, I know sometimes when I'm playing, I get quite frustrated a lot when the puck's bouncing and you're trying to whack it down with your stick to settle it down, and then it hops over your stick. It's like, and then the other team picks it up and they're rushing down to your end, and then they most likely score, and you're like, that's on me.
It's just, you know, it's, you know, stuff happens in sports and stuff, and like, as much as it's good and as much as there are good things, but like bad things come with that too. But, you know, we don't say this as in like, the whole, you know, it shouldn't be tough. Like, no, there's going to be tough times. Like, you're going to go through battles and challenges. Like, that's expected. But going through that can become so much harder than it should. And a lot of it is yourself. It's your own brain that causes these problems. It's not because it could be because an outside source said something, did something, but at the end of the day, it's like, why professional athletes are professional athletes is because they have the mentality and the mental strength to ignore those outside things and to not let it bother them and to not lose confidence in themselves. Sure, it happens sometimes. I'm sure it does. Athletes have come out and said it, and like, you know, talked with depression and talked with you know, said that they've had difficulties, which of course. But the reason why professionals are professionals in any sport is, you know, because that their mental game is as sharp as their on ice or, you know, during the game. Like, that's got to be your best weapon, is channeling out the distractions and not losing confidence in yourself and playing. So.
And that's the thing with me too. Like, if I mess up a play, I'll go to the bench all frustrated, but then I'm like sitting there, I have my head down, I'm like, okay, I have to be better next shift. What do? I come out next shift and I'm doing good plays.
And you snipe a couple fucking Genos.
You take that as motivation. You're like, all right, I screwed up there. This time I'm coming out and I'm ripping one.
Self-talk is very important. People may think it's weird. I talk to myself all the time. Self-talk is one of the most important things.
Holy,
so do I. Yeah,
for me,
dude, good self-talk. Like not like
pause. Not. No, I'm not looking at myself in the mirror and saying you're a fucking idiot.
Well, yeah, don't be like I fucking suck. That gives motivation. No. It's like that might work for some people, but like you might not want to go down that road. Fuck, I was about to say that. Yeah, no, self-talk, bro. Like just like talking to yourself, dude. I do that. I have full-on conversations with myself, like during the game. Like the game is going on, it's like an intense moment. It's like late in the third or whatever, and I'm just like, and I know people take this as like, what, you're not focused, like your mind's elsewhere. It's like, but you just don't know that it's like, no, my mind is so in the game, but it's like, it's so in the game that I have to like calm myself down. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm so invested in what's going on and I'm so like prepared that it's like I like you don't want to overthink things. That's literally what it is. You don't want to overthink. You kind of just want to react and you practice so that you can play and you just go with the flow and you react. So overthinking stuff, you don't want to do that in a game. So when I feel like I'm overthinking, I just have conversations with myself. I still focus, but I'm just like puck's at the other end. And I'm just like, I'm like singing songs. I'm just like out loud. Like if you skate by me, there's sometimes, Chris, when we were playing against each other, I swear to God, me and Chris played in the same league this year. We played in the same league the last 3 years. We played in the same league all the time.
The last 4 years.
The last 4 years.
The last 4 years.
We played in the same league. So so we've played against each other the last 3 years and on the same team in Midget AA. But this year, there was one time that you skated by me. I'm in my net. And there's a guy behind my net, and he has the puck. So I'm just kind of there. Then typically, like, I think we were on I don't know if it was 5-on-5 or if you were on the penalty kill, but we had a guy behind my net just kind of chilling with the puck.
Probably in the penalty kill.
It might have been the penalty kill, because you came out and you were like, it was just you. So it might have been the penalty kill because it was just one forward coming down, and you were facing me. Yo, I was literally like, should I just hit him? I'm like, we might get a penalty for interference.
You should have.
But I came out. Like, I came a little bit out of my crease to, like, cut down, like, so that you couldn't really see what was going on, like, the guy with the puck behind the net. So I came out, and I don't think I hit you, really, but I gave you a shove or something. I remember, and because I saw 88. Were you 88 this year?
No, 24.
I saw 24. Just you were 88 in high school. No, but I saw 24 coming down, and I saw it was Chris fucking red ass helmet.
I got the 88.
Like, you got the 88. Yeah.
We all got red helmets, baby.
And I saw your face. I'm like, this is Chris. And I'm just like, I got to do something. Your dad was at the game too, snapping pics of us. Y'all was sick. But
go like it on Instagram.
Go like it on Instagram real quick. Check our Instagrams. Yeah, that game was fun. But yeah, you were coming down, and I was literally just like, I think I came out and I just went like, boom. And I just hit you a little bit.
Just rocking my shit. Yeah. I was probably laughing too.
Dude, probably. I was laughing. I was really like, this is awesome. Because like the game was, I got mad spit coming. Getting excited. You know what I'm saying? But dude, yeah, I was literally hype. I was just like, because the game was kind of like late in the game. It was just like, I don't care. I just went like boof, and you were like,
I'd be the type of guy to like to go down like while I'm on the penalty kill, and like he's just sitting on the behind the net. Yeah. I'd sit there and have a conversation with him. Like, like I'm just that type of guy. I'll be on a face off, just saying like what's up and talking about their day and everything. Like I just goof around.
When you're just like, dude, when you're like, sometimes at ball hockey, I'll say this, or even just like if I'm talking to the ref in when I'm in net, like, you know, actual game, I talk to refs all the time. And a lot of people think it's like, well, you're trying to butter them up, you're trying to get a call. I'm like, dude, literally no, because it helps calm myself down. And I just, the amount of times that I've just talked to a ref about literally anything, I'll tell them, be like, bro, I can't wait to be done this so I can take a shit. And they're just like, yeah. They're like, dude, me too. And then we start talking and we're just like, yeah, like, and we just literally talk about anything. We're just like, oh, dude, like, he's like, man, I had some hot Cheetos before the game. It's like, it's not sitting right with me. I'm like, bro, like, do you have any left? Like, do you have something? He's like, oh yeah, that happened one time. That was this year. I swear to God, that was this year. And I was like, I think it was in Valley. I was the last one out of the room, and we were playing Valley. And one of the refs, I saw him, and I was talking to him, and I was like, do you have any hot Cheetos left, bro? And he's like, nah, dude, I ate them all in the room. And I was like, okay, whatever. And we like chatted. And I'm just like, this is sick. Like, it's just funny. Like, it's so funny.
That's the thing, though, too. Refs will just come up to goalies and start talking to
I know, it's sick. You don't get that with players
like,
that
if you make a good save, like a big save, and then you cover it, the refs will be there. They get the puck from you, and they're like, oh, good save, bud. Or
dude,
something.
Being nice to refs and just, like, it's so fun. Yeah. Then, like, if you're nice to them once, and they laugh, and then okay. the next time they'll always come back and just chat with you. And I'm like, yes, bye. Like, come on down. Like, have a chat.
I remember I scored a pretty nice goal one game, and the ref came over to me and he said nice shot and all that, and I told him thank you.
You're like, yo.
Yeah.
I was talking to the guy. I think it's Duds on High Button Sports, I think.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
He was mic'd up versus a Sir John A game.
I saw that video.
I don't want to gas it up too much. I actually scored that game. We lost 9-1. Not a big deal.
I fucking watched that game. I was at that game. Goal.
And he was talking. He skated up right to our bench, right? And they cut the part out, but I was like, hey, what's going on, right? And me and him just kept going back and forth, and we were talking about some guy just like fell right hard into the boards, and I started laughing, right? And he see me laugh, so he started laughing, and then we were talking, he's like, oh, I wouldn't do that when I was back in the day, because you would go in the boards and those shits don't move and everything. You're talking about if I went in there, I'd lose my testicles or something like that. I was like, oh, buddy, you don't want to lose those. Todd Mitchell will talk about it. That's funny.
Yeah, dudes is fucking awesome. High Button Sports. Shout out to High Button Sports. Like, I love their mic'd up videos, bro.
Yeah.
You know how badly I want to get mic'd up.
Me
for
too.
Either a game or a practice. So bad.
Last year, I actually contacted them and they said they would, but the thing is, it's kind of expensive.
Is it?
No, I imagine.
Yeah.
I literally had no idea. For us, I don't know we had to pay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whatever it is.
I mean, I might do it.
Why not? If they're available, they want to. And I'd be like, yeah.
Do it. Get mic'd up. Be funny.
Bro, I swear to God. No, I think about that all the time. I'm just like, if I were mic'd up, what would I say?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, they would have so much to edit out. I literally talk about the most random things purposely. I mean, some of it is not purposely. Like, some of it is just like because I just get bored and I start talking about random shit.
If I were mic'd up, I'd be hilarious.
Dude, it'd be so funny. They'd probably be so annoyed. They'd be like, why is this guy singing Katy Perry the whole time? Because that's literally what I would do in practice, is just sing. It's so funny. Oh, dude. What time is it? 8:26. This has been a long-ass episode.
Yeah, this is a longer one. We should probably did we mention that last podcast? I can't remember if we told them that they were going to narrow it down to about an hour or 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something around there, right?
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I don't think anyone wants to sit and watch a bunch of guys frig around for an hour.
Well, that's it, yeah. Try to keep it short and sweet, but sometimes we ramble on, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's just fun. It's like talking to your buddies, right?
It's like there's a lot to talk about too.
Of course, man.
Absolutely.
But I think, what do you think we wrap it up, gentlemen?
Yeah,
like it.
Like it? All right, Jesse.
Hit with the outro.
The outro.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Like Chris said, if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And be sure to hit us up on the DMs if you guys would like a hat.
Yup.
And I think. No, I thought Chris was frozen.
No. Chris was being a piece of shit.
But yeah, DM me, Billy, or Chris if you guys would like a hat, or if you would want to donate to the Jordan Boyd Foundation. There won't be an episode on Sunday due to Father's Day weekend. So that being said, to all the hockey dads out there and dads in general, hope you guys have a great Father's Day. And be sure to subscribe, like I said, and check out our Instagram page too, because
in the description.
Yep, link in description. We will be posting when the merch is available for you guys to buy. And yeah, with that being said, have a good Father's Day, everyone.
Happy Father's Day, you beauties.
Happy Father's Day.
Love you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, daddies. Later,
boys.